no, I see you, saw you, seen you. From the moment I looked across the room, that bar, that seedy, dirty bar in Park Slope, Brooklyn, there was no other person in the place. Just you, just me. I knew I could have you from the moment I saw you. I was at the top of my game, feeling my oats and making headway anytime I was making head. But you felt differently to me. Different. Your face, your ass, your lips threw me off my game, made me question my place in the world. Me, the top hat in my own Monopoly game of coitus, player with a capital Ho, the king of Whole Street. I am usually not the one who hears craptastic duos singing in my head, but at that moment, the moment I seen you, saw you, seen you, and listening to huge, I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find was a love that I found ever since you came around, because your love put me at the top of the world. But what the anorexic white lady that was reverbing in my head didn't know was that I was not the loving type. See, I never wanted love. I wanted sex and to be a movie star. Picture it, Alton, Illinois, 1970s. Me, 13, TV watcher, constantly. Movie of the week, Dawn, portrait of a teenage runaway. Snap. Eve Plum, Jan Brady, breakout role. Becomes a hooker in Los Angeles. Sleeps with a lot of men before turning her life around. Interesting, but boring. Hetero. Skip ahead 2 years, TV movie of the week, Alexander, the other side of Dawn. Double snap. Lee McCloskey, hot, sexy, male hooker, actor. Lots of sex with men, and I'd found my calling. I run away from home at 15 to become a hooker and a movie star in Los Angeles. I was going to be the top dog until I got to the bus station and realized I didn't have enough to get me really anywhere except back to my TV, movie, music, fantasy life. I couldn't stop staring at you at this bar, or the motherfucker who was hitting on you that had to stop ASAP. Because I was player, and you was my prey. So I watched you and waited and watched. You began to feel my manliness hover around you. Oh, I got you. Pow! You tried to dash by me to go to the bathroom, so I grabbed you, felt you, touched you, held your hand, flipped it over and kissed the inside of your palm, looked you dead in your eyes and told you that you were the person I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. Bam! I'd like to see another motherfucker top that. Which you did by saying, well, that's original, and then you walked the fuck away. And then that's when it happened. Something I had never experienced. The bottom of my game fell out, and I had to be honest that you were not just trade, but the real thing. I could no longer fake my way to the top with you. I had to be real, for real. No half-stepping coming correct. So after I told the chain-smoking, swastika-loving piece of shit that he was vying for your attention, that if he didn't leave you alone, I would kill him. And in the wake of his smoke as he was barreling out the door, I got down to the get-down business of making you mine. We sit for hours making both small and big talk until you have to leave early for a swimming competition you have the next day. I, already drunk and in love, start to leave with you until you explain you would be leaving by yourself. Leaving player, reduced just to stand in. Next day, you call, we connect, have date, make out, time to seal the deal. Get back to your place, we laugh, we talk, we make out some more. We are on top of each other, then we move too fast. Lips collide, blood spilled, we repair, we snuggle, we sleep, what the fuck? 2 days, no nookie. Player, stand in as now has to flip his top. 3rd day, and then it happens. We talk about having, wanting, kids, children, the deed done. And I want to shout to the rooftop that I am in love. Like Tony screaming about a white girl playing a Puerto Rican, I couldn't stop saying, Hutchins! Then the moment of us happens. Shit, top, bottom, both. Next day, I move in. 3-day true romance like an episode of The Love Boat. We move forward through the subjective and the infective and begin to create music, dance, song, theater. Then it happens. I go crazy. Not a little cray-cray, but a full-blown handful of pills emergency situation crazy. Heretofore known as my Dorothy Dandridge moment. You hold me up and hold me accountable. You give me the reason to be alive, to see the star-set love in your eyes and the strength to plow through. I never knew or wanted to know what not being on the top felt like. And when it happened and I fell and the soft cushion that you provided let me know what I always needed to know. You gave me the courage to work everything out from the top down. Then, boom, moved to Los Angeles when I found out you can't be a good top without being a good bottom. House, bought, kids, adopted, married, then really married, nearly divorced, found love again, constantly striving to make us the top priority. Without you, I would be not me, but that old me that was never worthy of being with you. But you knew the bottom line of who was me and was able to rise me up into the man I am now. So, from the bottom of my heart, I tell you I love you. And to paraphrase the immortal words of Beyonce Knowles Carter to her man JC, baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives. You're the one I call. When I need you, everything stops. Cause you put my love on top. You put my love on top.
Bottom. Rock bottom, bottom of the barrel, bottom feeder. Bottom gets a bum rap. And tonight I plan on turning that around. To start with, I'm going to make a confession, something big, something most people, especially gay men, refuse to share. Because America is still so gosh darn, hockaloogie, guns a-blazing, machismo obsessed. Masculine, feminine lines had been drawn in this country, and yet, if you blur those lines, well, you get a song by Robin Thicke, but also... Also, you are subjected to caustic ridicule called submissive, sissy girl, pansy, or Alishav Floric. So, what I'm about to confess is not easy, but here goes. I, Hutchins Foster, am a prude. Oh, I know you see this hip, wicked guy up here, but I guarantee that I am a lip-pursing, sphincter-clenching Miss Jane Hathaway. For instance, in American Hustle, I found it entirely distasteful for Amy Adams to prance about scene after scene, flashing copious amounts of side boob. Oh yeah? It's up for us, for me, the prudes, like myself, to shine a shaft of light on such tawdriness. Appearances do matter. Oh yes, how you dress, how you communicate, the words you choose. Michael and I are teaching our children to avoid certain crass words. We say, pass gas instead of fart. Urinate instead of piss. Doo-doo head instead of Bill O'Reilly. The basics. But the one I cannot abide, under any circumstance, but with two T's. Here and now I am calling for a butt moratorium. We should symbolically bury butt in effigy, never to be used again. It's a trailer park word used by lowlifes who skin squirrels and participate in storage wars. I refuse to subject my children to such vulgarity. Instead, in our household, we use the more appropriate bottom. It's a solid choice. It covers many bases, something to wipe, something to spank. But now, I understand there's some of you creative types out there who might find the sole use of bottom limiting, but fear not. I have created a list. Fanning, also entirely appropriate. So, fanny and bottom, and on the rare occasion, rear end. That should cover your gluteus maximus needs. Unless you're French, and of course, derriere. So, fanny, bottom, rear end, derriere, tushy, hiney, backside, caboose. All acceptable, but that's it. And please, take note, ass. Ass is a hooved mammal. No exceptions. So to review, fanny, bottom, rear end, derriere, tushy, hiney, backside, caboose, ass only if it brays, like Greta Van Susteren. Oh, rumpy bumpy, tuchus, duff, patoot, tail feather, buttocks, booty, badonkadonk, Kirstie Alley, junk in the trunk, and keister. But that's it. You know, for me, society is divided into two distinct groups, the BUTTS's and the bottoms. The BUTTS's disregard propriety, brazenly expose their bra straps, and use prepositions at the end of sentences. Where are you going to? The bottoms are socially conscious. They write thank you cards and wax poetically on what the fox says. And right now, I would like to address the bottoms. Firstly, I sense there are a great many bottoms here tonight. Am I right? No need to be timid. Let me assure you, it is commendable to be a proud bottom. Now, I won't kid you. It can be a very vulnerable position. I mean, there are the naysayers, the proverbial toe, your proverbial toes might get nipped by that ceiling fan, but you are doing your community a great service, taking in members, all shapes, all sizes, sometimes with a hood, that penetrate your decorum time and time again. Now, I've heard whisperings from those of you who find bottoming a struggle. Let me tell you, I have been there. But here are a few tips. Stay well lubricated. Oh, there's nothing worse than a parched bottom. Also, you must remain relaxed. Deep breaths help. And if that doesn't work, a whiskey sour and a hit of poppers always does the trick for you. The important thing is to remain open to receive. Now, I invite all of the rest of you to embrace the bottoms here tonight. They are the cornerstones of society, the guardians of anti-Bieber behavior. Challenging everything from dangling participle to dangling side boob. Tonight, let's put the bottoms on top. And in the spirit of Mary Lou Retton, a bottom if ever I saw one, I ask you...